What is up, team? It's your boy Sledge from the SledgeInc team, back with another reaction video. And today, we got my boy Anthony Venture back on deck. And I'm going to be reacting to a video that he recently released entitled, "This Credit Card Setup Crushes the Competition." Does it? We go find out today. But before we get into the video, if you are not a member of the Sledge Inc. Team YouTube channel, this is your opportunity. Hit the QR code and become a member. It's $2.99 per month, and you can cancel at any time. And also, Sledge Inc. Team YouTube channel has a Discord entitled the Sledge Inc. Team Credit Hub. It's free to join. You can get a lot of information in there. We talk about stocks, bank accounts, and of course, credit cards and travel. So go ahead, hit the QR code. I'm also going to have this link in the description of this video as well as in the comment section. But if you want to just go ahead and simply hit the QR code, it's free to join. We gonna have a lot of fun in there, but it's also gonna be educational. And let's get this bank's money. But you know, over here at SledgeInc, we get straight to business. So let's get to this reaction video.
Radar is the Citi Strata Premiere has now just been supercharged in being one of the most powerful cards, if not the most powerful card of its kind in all of the credit card world. Let me explain. Because the Citi Strata Premiere right now has a $95 annual fee. And you may not have ever realized, but the multipliers that you can earn on the said card pretty much blow every other card, even with annual fees, out of the water.
Strata Premiere is a card that I plan on picking up next month. I have 3 inquiries falling off on September 13th. So September 14th or September 13th, when they fall off, I plan on applying for the Strata Premiere, maybe the Alaska Business card, and yeah, that's probably it. And 8 days after that, I plan on applying for the Citi Double Cash because I want to eventually make that into a second Citi Custom Cash. But let's get back into the video.
Out of the water. I mean, look for an example. You can earn 10x back on hotels, car rentals, and attractions on citytravel.com. The new Sapphire Reserve, which is, mind you, $700 in annual fees more than the Citi Strata Premiere, gives you just 8x back on all travel through Chase's travel portal. Now, missing the flight category, okay, cool, but at least for hotels and car rentals, you're actually getting 2x back more on these Citi.
And we talking about a card that has an annual fee of $700 more than the Citi Strata Premiere.
Strata Premiere than you would on the $795 reserve. But it doesn't just end there, because if you want to book some air travel or other hotel purchases, this could be literally directly with the airline. You want to fly Delta, go on delta.com, pay with your Strata Premiere, and or go book a Hilton hotel on Hilton.com, yes, you're going to be getting 3x back on all those purchases. Sapphire Reserve only gets 1x more points per dollar spent for those exact same categories.
And again, the Sapphire Reserve is $700 more per year than the Citi Strata Premiere.
For, mind you, again, a $700 plus more annual fee. Dining is 3x back on the Sapphire Reserve. Well, who cares? Because you also get 3x back on restaurants. But you know what the Sapphire Reserve doesn't give you? Nothing that has to do with groceries. In fact, even the Sapphire Preferred, which would be the counterpart to the Strata Premiere, $95 annual fee.
Well, I feel like because these are travel cards, a grocery category isn't a given. So it's a bonus that the Citi Strata Premiere does have groceries as a 3S category, but it is a bonus because it is a travel card. But it's a good bonus.
With its own general grocery category, it has an online grocery category. Well, the Citi Strata Premiere.
That's one thing I just pride myself in. I won't even say pride myself in. It's just something I won't do. I will not purchase meat and produce online. I might buy dry groceries online. So something like the Sapphire prefers online grocery category. wouldn't do anything for me because I don't trust people picking my meat and produce. I don't know about you, but I don't trust people picking my meat and produce. I gotta be in the store and I have to put my eyes on that and touch it and look at it before I
Premiere
bring home
also
meat or
gets the
produce.
3x supermarket spend. But again, it doesn't just end there because then you also get 3x back on gas and EV charging stations. And me with the Tesla, that would actually be infinitely more valuable. These cards, like the Sapphire Reserve or the Sapphire Preferred, have no.
You know what though? This I've never looked at the Strata Premiere before because I already have the American Express Green Card. I have the Wells Fargo Autograph Card. I have the Capital One Saver Card. And essentially, those cards are all very similar. The difference being the ecosystem they're in. The Green Card has a $150 annual fee. Strata Premier has a $95 annual fee. Therefore, I didn't feel like I also needed to add the Strata Premier. And the other two cards don't have an annual fee at all. And they're giving you 3x in pretty much the same categories as the $95 Citi Strata Premier. But because the Strata Premier can now transfer to American Airlines, things have changed
Actual
tremendously.
category towards this whatsoever. But let's take it a step further and talk about the Amex Gold Card, right? This has always been regarded as the food card. Okay, well, you're going to be getting 4x back on restaurants, so 1x more than the Strata Premier, 4x back on groceries, 1 more than the Strata Premier, same on flights, and less on actual hotel. And how much do you have to pay to get that additional 1x multiplier? Well, yeah, $325, where again, we're trying to get away from.
You know what? At this point, I just think the gold card is a bridge that if you're doing the sledging team upgrade, downgrade process, and if you've been frequenting my channel, you know what that is. And if you've been frequenting other people's channel, you also know what it is because they use the same process. They don't give me any props on it. But whatever. The SledgeInc team upgrade downgrade process where you go from the green to the gold and get 30,000 membership reward points, and then go to the platinum and get 50,000 membership reward points, and just keep repeating that cycle, downgrading back to the green card and so forth. But at this point in time, the American Express Gold Card used to be the go-to card for groceries, but I think a lot of people have changed their mind on that card. $325 to get 1x more than a lot of other cards. Granted, membership rewards points can be valuable and they are valuable, but to pay $325 every year for a card where you essentially only getting 1x more than, like I say, most other cards in the category, which don't need those cards have a $95 annual fee or less, just doesn't make sense anymore.
The couponization, the creditization of all of these different credit cards. So I'm just like, man, if there was one card that you can get that can pretty much cover all of your daily life categories and even all travel categories, I mean, it's the Citi Strata Premiere. And the fact that you can turn all of these points that you can earn 10x back, 3x back, 3x back.
It's the Strata Premiere and several other cards. Like I say, and two other cards that don't even have an annual fee. But yeah, I get where you're going with the Strata Premiere because you can now transfer to American
All of that
Airlines.
can now also be converted to American Airlines miles. I mean, now you're no longer just earning 3x thank you points. Now it's 3x per dollar spent AA miles, which is infinitely more powerful. And of course, barring devaluations, this is always going to happen. It's always going to be the life cycle of things. But at least for right now, if you can make hay while the sun's shining, the Strata Premiere is kind of like the way to go. And it doesn't just end there because, like I said, some of you may not know, but when you have credit cards like the Citi Custom Card,
I do agree. And I've been preaching American Airlines for almost a year now. Like I used to be sold on Delta. I always say, I'm not loyal to I'm not loyal to any business, but I do have my favorites. And Delta was my favorite, but the more I fly AA, the more they're becoming my favorite. But I've been preaching that for almost a year now. Everybody else is jumping on the bandwagon. They all jumping on the bandwagon, but you heard it here first. the SledgeInc Team YouTube channel. Man, let me get back to the
You can
content.
earn 5% back on all of your eligible top spend categories. So it's $500 every single month as a cap, so $6,000 every single year. And all of that is typically earned in just cashback. I believe they also have transfer partners, but it's very limited. It's only a few of them. But when you have the Citi Strata Premiere, you can take all of the cash back earned on your custom cash and transfer it over to your Strata Premiere, which means you're not just getting 5% cash back in your top spend categories anymore. No, you actually could be earning 5x American Airlines miles per dollar spent
Right.
just by earning in cash back via the custom cash and transferring it over to your Strata Premiere to multiply for the said.
And you know your boy already has the Citi Custom Cash Card, which is going to be a catalyst to my setup. The Citi Custom Cash Card, next, the Strata Premiere. I already have the AA Executive Card. That's my lounge access card. So to earn points with the Citi Custom Cash, the Strata Premiere, and then also transfer those to American Airlines, have lounge access with the AA executive card. That's going to be a hard setup to beat. And I also plan on adding the Citi Double Cash, run that for a year, and then convert that card into another Citi Custom Cash, or I might even leave it a Double Cash to have it as my catch-all card and mainly just run that
To which
setup.
Umbreon also noted that each Citi Custom Cash, this card right here, technically is worth about 30,000 American Airlines miles every single year because it's 6,000 to spend, 5% back, $300 in cash back equals 30,000 American Airlines miles when converted.
This is contingent on if someone puts 6,000 in spend on a card. You know what I mean? A lot of people in the space have multiple cards, so they may not max out the Citi Custom Cash every single quarter. You know, they might not max it out. Excuse me, every month. You might not max that thing out every month. So you might not spend that. You might not spend that amount of money on it. This is contingent. 30,000 AA miles is contingent on you maxing out the category, the 5% categories, and it's possible, but would it happen for everybody? No.
To your Strata Premiere. And so for every custom cash that you can earn, you're basically guaranteeing yourself a economy flight to Europe, one-way ticket, something like that. And I
Or anywhere else you want to go in the world.
many videos, the power of AA and being able to take, 30 to 60,000 and fly anywhere from economy to business class to almost anywhere in the world.
I mean, when these people start talking about AA, man, when did all of these creators start talking about American Airlines? I don't remember it happening in the past. I told it's okay for them to jump on the bandwagon. Tony, it's okay for you to jump on the bandwagon. It's a lot of room over here, man. There's a lot of room over here. But go ahead. Well, let's get back to the
times. And so that's where you can really multiply the value here, especially for those of you folks who have been able to accumulate multiple custom caches, earning 5% back on all of your categories every single month. I mean, the possibilities are absolutely endless when multiplied by the Strata Premiere. And so while it does have just that $95 annual fee, it unlocks the ability to have all of these different transfer partners. So it's not just AA. Citi also has, I believe, 13 different transfer partners that.
Yeah, that's another thing. You know, if you got a lot of cars, if you're solely into Citi ecosystem, this is a lot of transfer partners. I mean, it's a lot of transfer partners, regardless if you solely into the Citi ecosystem, but it overlaps with other ecosystems, which is no problem. Like that's no problem at all. And then some of these transfer partners are going to be partners that you're not going to use. Probably, I would say a lot of them are going to be ones that you're not going to use. But you know, the good thing is it's options, baby. It's options. When you have 13 transfer partners, it's the options. That is what is important.
Other ecosystems like Capital One, Citi, and Chase. Like, for an example, they all have Aero Mexico. A lot of them have Avianca. A lot of them have Cathay Pacific, Choice Hotels. All of them have.
Oh man, speaking of choice hotels, I tried to give them a chance, man. I flew home, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. I flew home a couple of weeks ago and tried to get choice hotels another chance. Oh, it's gonna be years before I do it again. It is gonna be years before I do it again. Choice, I'm sorry, man, but the experience was trash.
Etihad, Ava Air, Flying Blue, JetBlue, Qantas, Turkish for crying out loud, and even Virgin, which so many people actually transfer the points to for some awesome business class tickets to Europe. And they just
Anthony, there are continents outside of Europe, brother. There are continents outside of Europe. Y'all know John R from John R Credit and Travel. He loved to go to Iceland. I think Anthony's stuck in the same train with him with Europe. Man, it's a whole big world out here, man. We can't just keep going to the same places over and over, man. We got to open up our eyes and go all over. That's why they got 13 transfer partners. That is why they got 13 transfer partners. They want us to experience the whole world. Man, enough with this rant. Back to the content.
have partners that I think have been
There
slept
you go.
on for many, many years, myself included, have slept on them. And I'm just realizing, like, if you just go through and look at all of the overlap between every single program, you'll actually see that Citi shares so many different transfer partners that you're really not missing much outside of the occasional, if you have Amex points.
And those transfer partners go to more places than Europe, Anthony. They go to more places than Europe.
Okay, you have ANA, and you can get some ANA flights with that. Okay, cool. Yes, you're going to have some.
Oh yeah, but speaking of ANA, that is one reason that I'm always gonna keep membership reward points because I do like flying ANA. So I always gotta have membership reward points to transfer over there. But again, it's all about options.
Spots. And I've noticed that a lot of this kind of hinges on the transfer partners for hotels specifically. Like, for an example, like Amex kind of has Hilton on lock, Chase has Hyatt, Citi has I Prefer. So they all have their own kind of sweet spots for hotel partners. And we've talked about just how powerful I Prefer is with Citi. And so while, yes, I do think the Citi Strata Elite is a decent card, but at least for me, I'm not making up that annual fee on all the credits that come along with this card. And while the multipliers are okay, like 12x back versus the 10x back on the Premiere.
I know y'all tired of me stopping it, but this is a reaction video. I can't say this enough. It's not about it's not I can't say it's not about it, but it's really not about trying to use up all credits in order to get the value back. Because if you're using the credits solely just to try to get the value back, you're not getting the value back, right? You just using credits because they are available because it's something that you wouldn't have purchased anyway, right? So you're not getting the value back. These cars are not made for people who have to scratch and scrape to try to get every credit to feel like they came on top of these cars. When you getting 12x, 6x, 6x, 3x, they're looking at people who can spend on those cars, and that's how they get outsized value because they put enough spend on that card, which outweighs what the annual fee is. If you somebody who feel like you got to use the black lane credit on the Citi Strata Elite, and you would never do that in life ever, but you did it just because the credit is there, and you take that credit and say, I don't even know what it's worth. I think it's $200, uh, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, you use that credit and you deducting it from the annual fee. Man, that's not real. It's just not real because when you went to pay that annual fee out of your bank account, it was $550. When you use that black lane credit, and the driver came all nice, and they took you to wherever you wanted to go, and you got the credit, it didn't go back into your bank account. That credit did not go back into your bank account. So these cars are made for people who put spend on these cars, not for people who looking to scratch and scrape and try to get every credit. And I'm sorry, I know I probably hurt some of y'all feelings out there, but I'm always gonna call it the way that it is, man. These cars are not made for everyone.
Travel, so it's a few points per dollar spent there. 6x back on dining on City nights, Friday and Saturday night, where I'm home alone and I'm recording videos for YouTube. You guys are partying up and getting 6x back. Like, I think that's pretty powerful. And the 1.5x on everything else.
Anthony, you 22 years old, man. You need to be out on Saturday night, man. You need to be taking your beautiful wife out and enjoying the weekends, man. You need to be doing that. You make these videos during the week.
No other premium card has, but I just feel like I could save that $500. I can
I
kind of
agree.
go with my Strata Premiere and have a card that's more powerful than the Amex Gold card, the Sapphire Preferred, and heck, even the Sapphire Reserve if we're talking just earnings multipliers. And so, yes, I think with the Strata Elite, they've actually become a real big player in the whole points of miles game because now Citi can actually play in the premium card market and people can do their own due diligence on whether or not these credits are better for them. Not saying these are bad credits, but I just did the math on it and on overpriced hotels or overpriced services and just exactly how much more I would be spending and opportunity costs on another card and what have you. I really do think the Strata Elite is a good card, but it's not the best card. But that's not the
I feel like this. I feel like the Strata League just it's in the mix with what's going on now. It's a card that's gonna give you some type of lounge access because you get priority pass, and in my opinion, priority pass is trash. It's not trash, because at least you get into the lounge, but it's trash. And then you get 4 visits to the Admirals Club, which is cool because it's 4 visits. But you can, if you traveling with someone else, you can use up those 4 visits on one trip. So essentially, it's just a preview to the Admirals Club, and that's all you're getting with that. And that's why I have the City AA Executive, because it has unlimited Admirals Club access.
why everybody loved Citi launching this card. Because, well, one, yes, they can be a premium player, but the main value prop was that they had the ability to transfer to American Airlines.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just like, well, instead of fussing about, as I've been saying for so long, the small money, the credits, the coupons that come along, all these different credit cards.
Never
I mean,
thought.
let's just go right to the source. That being the Citi American Airlines credit cards that I actually just applied for recently and was denied. But for a limited time right now, you could earn 80,000 American Airlines miles after $3,500 worth of spend in the first 4 months. And heck, don't even stop there. If you want to get the AA business card as well, it's another 65,000 points.
But one thing I want to make sure that y'all listen to, one thing that Anthony pointed out there, he was denied for that card. I was denied for that City A Advantage card, not once but twice. So yes, those 80,000 miles are there, but you have to be able to be approved for the car, be able to prove for the car. And then if we try to stack these points, you have to be able to be approved for more than one City card. City could definitely be inquiry sensitive. So if you're someone who has a lot of inquiries, or even not even a lot, like sometimes one inquiry is too much for City, So it all depends. I do recommend you to open up a checking account with Citi because it does help you get into the ecosystem. And you might, for some people, they just get in. But opening up a checking account could help you when you're talking about trying to apply for these
In
cards.
the first 4 months. And well, why not just continue going? Because we know that this card is going to be
Aviator Red. It's another card that everybody just can't get. I will also decline for that card twice. I've never had it. I know Anthony got approved for that card, but yeah, for it's something in my profile that Barclays don't like. So Barclays did not approve me for that
very
card.
likely in the not so distant future. Now that Citi is changing a lot of things on the back end with AA and now being the sole issuer of American Airlines cards, heck, pick up another Barclays card, get another 50,000 AA miles. And this way, you don't really have to fuss about with the Citi Strata Elite $600 annual fee and another checklist of things to kind of.
But the thing is, you have to be able to get approved for those cards. Not to say that you can't get approved. The route that I'm going, because I need to get the Citi Strata Premiere card. But I'm waiting for a few of my inquiries to drop off next month before I apply for it, just to be on the safe side. I already have a relationship with Citi. I have a checking account with Citi. I have a Citi Custom Cash, and I had an AA Executive card, as I stated earlier. So Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna let these 3 inquiries drop off next month before I apply because, like I said earlier, Citi can be inquiry
over time that,
sensitive.
let's be honest, things that you were likely never going to spend money on in the first place. And I'm not downplaying this car.
And I want to go back to that one more time. If the credits on these cars, what we call premium cars, the credits on those cars are going to be for, a lot of times for things that are what we might label upscale. Again, these cars aren't made for everybody. If you look at the platinum card, the Sapphire Reserve, the Strata Elite, I'm gonna leave the Venture S off because I don't look at the Venture S I look at it as a good travel card. I don't look at it as a premium card. But if you look at the Platinum, the CSR, the Strata Elite, and you look at the benefits of those cards, and you say to yourself, I would never pay for any of this. It's because those cars are not meant for you. If it's nothing that you would ever pay for, if you didn't have a car, if you didn't think of it, if you ain't never even heard of some of this stuff before, you never stepped into a Saks Fifth Avenue or any of these things, that are offered on these cards, then these cars probably are
Actually
not
pretty
for you.
decent. Airlines, let's just get some Citi American Airlines mile cards. Absolutely. And then at that point,
I agree with Anthony 100% on getting these cards in order to get the AA points, AA miles, because again, that's exactly how I plan on doing it. But I think that the video's kind of oversimplifying it, and it might be easier said than done to collect all of these cards, and it might take a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? Then people might be willing to wait. You might have to strategically build this out in order to
to
get these
run out of
cards.
more
So
AA miles, you could just pick up the Strata Premiere and combo that with a Citi Custom Cash, and hopefully
again, that's easier said than done because you're telling people that, yeah, just go apply for these cards and get approved for them. It's up to the bank to
you've
approve
already
you.
gotten multiple custom caches where you could be earning 5% back on $500.
That's another thing. A lot of people got multiple custom caches because they had the A Advantage Platinum card or another A Advantage card, and then they the Mile Up card or whatever, and then they product change those cards over to City Custom Caches. Now remember, you cannot product change the AA cards over the Thank You Points
Every
earning
single
cards
month,
anymore.
coupled with the Citi Strata Premiere earning 3x back on multiple categories that you definitely spend money on every single day, every single week, every single month, to funnel it all into a very powerful points program that is Citi. Once again, A Advantage is what most people are interested in anyway. And matter of fact, our good friend Umbreon in the Discord actually did a poll recently going through who has the best overall ecosystem on earnings, transfer partners, and subs. This was a poll done in the free Discord that is linked down in the pinned comment below. And look who actually won. Citibank actually won, and I think for a good reason.
I think Citibank is definitely up there. If I saw this poll, I would have picked American Express still, even though I'm building my setup based off of Citi cards. So there's no bias here. I'm kind of moving away from American Express and going almost, I won't say all in on Citi, but my core setup is going to be Citi. But if you were to ask me this question from the poll, I would still pick American Express.
Who did US Bank? That person's banned, but Citi actually did win in this case, and it's for a good reason, as we mentioned earlier. A lot of great transfer partners out there. And so when you couple one of the strongest airline programs for now, knock on wood, then you couple that with a card that is going to be exclusive with Citi only to earn a large sum of American Airlines miles, and then on top of that, you have cards like the Custom Cash and the Strata Premiere that could pretty much out-earn anything else in its class. I mean, you have a really powerful strategy here.
Oh, well, I'll go back to it. I don't think the Strata Premier out earns some other car. I think there's other cars that's like pretty much the same as the Strata Premier. I just think because now that they're able to transfer to American Airlines and they're the only ones that can do it, it just gives that card a boost that it didn't have before. When other people were talking about the Strata Premiere and how good it was before, the Strata Premiere just wasn't for me. It was a $95 card that I thought should have had no annual fee, right? I thought it was a $95 card that I thought should have no annual fee because I'm looking at the Wells Fargo autograph card and I'm looking at the Capital One Saver and I'm like, these cards are pretty similar to that card, and this card has annual fee and those one don't. But now that you can transfer over to American Airlines, I'm seeing things totally different.
To earn not only just a great currency, a good airline partner, but also cards that have low maintenance and low annual fees with high earnings potential. Once again, without worrying about the stresses of the high annual fee cards like the Strata Elite, the Reserve, and the Venture X, even though Venture X I think is the easiest to justify out of all of them.
I don't look at the Venture X as a premium card. I look at the Venture X as a very good travel card. But anyways, what do you guys think? Are you on board with picking up cards like the AA Platinum card, the business version, the Aviator Red, to try to get some quick points into the American Airlines ecosystem? And of course, I've had over 60 credit cards since 2020. I've had over 60 credit cards since 2020. So I know what it's like to pick up cards for the sign-up bonus so I can travel for free off of those cards. Well, close to free off of those cards. But what about the traditional way of picking up maybe the Citi Double Cash, the Citi Custom Cash, and the Strata Premiere? Because the one difference between these two strategies is with those airline cards, once you use those cards, the sign-up bonuses, once you use the points that you earn or the miles that you earn from those sign-up bonuses, those cards are, what are you going to use them for? You know, you're pretty much going to sock draw those cards, except for if you're flying American Airlines, and you're only going to use those just because you have free check bags with them. After that, you're probably not going to use them to book flights. You're probably not going to use those cards for everyday spend. They're just going to be cards that you have, and you're going to end up probably closing them or just having them open. And it wouldn't make sense to have all of them open, right? You have these cards have annual fees, and then they pretty much do the same exact thing. In the Aviator Red, that card's probably going away. It's just too similar to the AA Platinum card. So the Aviator Red is probably going away. But the traditional way will never fail you. You can keep earning points with the custom cash, the double cash, and the Citi Strata Premiere. But I don't know. It's up to you to decide on the way that you want to do things. And again, if you want to join the Discord, go ahead. Hit the QR code. And of course, we're going to have the link to the Discord in the description of this video and in the comment section. It's free to join the Discord. And if you like this content or was just entertained, hit that thumbs up, share this video, but most importantly, drop a salute emoji in the comment section. And remember, we used to use umbrellas, now we changed the weather. Don't let that go over your head. It's your boy Sledge. Salute. Join the membership. Join the membership. Join the membership. Salute.